Hi friends, good morning. I'm N. Bilandge and welcomes you all in this next lecture of our subject MEM. So guys, we are in first unit, that is basics of engineering materials, and belongs to this topic. Today's our topic of discussion is sample preparation for microscopic examination. So what is my microscopic examination? What is microstructure? What is the purpose of microscope? Which are the different types of microscopes are used for the microscopic examination? That all part we are going to discuss in next lecture. So friends, in today's lecture we are going to discuss what is by sample preparation. So basically, if you say sample preparation means we have to prepare a job, we have to prepare a small cross section of any material. It may be steel, copper, aluminum, or its alloys, to check its microstructure, because internal properties or physical chemical properties are depend on the microstructure of the material. So in today's lecture we are going to discuss how we can prepare sample for better microscopic examination, to check microstructure better, because according to the microstructure, internal physical chemical properties are depends. So if you say in sample preparation of the material, there are different series of operations are there, in which first is sectioning, second mounting, next grinding, fourth is polishing, and last is etching. So friends, we have to discuss one by one these 5 operations, so that at last our sample, our job will be ready for microscopy examination, means to check microstructure of the material under microscope. So let's start. So first is sectioning. So meaning is very clear, or very practical meaning is there. Sectioning means to make a section or to cut the material in small pieces. Correct na? That is sectioning. But while doing section, while doing material into the small pieces according to the requirement, we have to keep in mind one thing: while cutting, while sectioning, we have to cut the pieces slowly, so that internal structure of that material will be as it is. So see here, sectioning is the cutting of small volume of specimen of convenient size without any damage to the microstructure, structural changes. means we have to cut the material into the small pieces such a way that its internal structure will be as it is. It will never undergoes damage. Correct na? So while sectioning, never use hacksaw machine. Hacksaw blade is already familiar to us. So never use that hacksaw machine or hacksaw blade for the cutting of the specimen. Because if we use that hacksaw machine, hacksaw blade, what happens? Edges of that particular job will be undergoes in wear, and due to that internal structure will be goes on damage. So if we have to do the sectioning, it will be with the help of abrasive wheel with suitable coolant to minimize the heat and deformation. Means for the purpose of sectioning, for the cutting of the job, use abrasive wheel, so that that abrasive wheel makes the pieces very fastly without doing any damage to the internal structure. And while cutting, we have to use the coolant, because coolant minimizes the heat and deformation of the material. So clear guys, what is sectioning? Sectioning means we have to make a section, we have to make a small pieces of our material whose microstructure we have to check under a microscope. Suppose take an example, if we have to check a microstructure of steel, so what do we have to do? Cut that steel material into the small pieces. Make a section of the steel, small section, with the help of abrasive wheel. And should always keep in mind, never use hacksaw machine or hacksaw blade. If you use that, it will disturb microstructure of that steel specimen, because that steel specimen is in very small size. Clear what is sectioning? In sectioning, we have to cut the material. It may be steel, aluminium, copper, or its alloys, into the small pieces according to our requirement. That is sectioning. The second part of the sample preparation is that mounting. Again, very simple meaning is there, practical meaning is there. What is my mounting? Mounting means we have to hold that, we have to place that section on any particular material. Mounting means we have to place that material on any particular another material. That is mount. So here, mounting is nothing but holding the specimen in small block of material, usually plastic, to ensure further operations like grinding and polishing. Means we have to hold that section on plastic material. Means here plastic acts as a mount. Why we have to mount that section small block of a material, because to perform further another operations like grinding, polishing on that particular section. So clear what is mounting? We have to mount means we have to place, we have to hold that cut material on suppose plastic material to perform various another operations like grinding, polishing, etc. Another operations are also there other than this grinding and polishing. Those also we can perform on that section. If we mount, if we hold on the plastic material, then and then it is possible. So clear what is mounting? To mount means hold. So hold our section on any another particular material like plastic, so that we can perform another operations like grinding, polishing and many more on the particular specimen. So there are certain purposes of mountings are there. So first purpose is that for making handling convenient. Correct, no? Means if we do the mounting, then and then we can easily perform the operations on the section like polishing, grinding likewise. Then to protect edges of specimen during the grinding and polishing, with the help of mounting, it protects edges of specimen, correct, na? So that internal microstructure will never undergo change while doing grinding and polishing. So clear friends, what is mounting? Mounting means holding to place our section which we have done in sectioning stage on plastic material, so that we can perform several operations on that particular section. Then friends, what is grinding? So guys, grinding is also very practical term or operation, because if we go in workshop, then different types of grinding wheels are there, correct, na? In the workshop, because grinding is very popular operation. And at upper side corner if we see, these are the different grinding wheels are there. So main purpose of grinding is that finishing, we can simply say that, or make a surface smooth, or to remove or to decrease the surface roughness of the surface, means to increase surface finishing of a surface. That is the purpose of grinding. So at upper corner grinding wheels are there, grinding papers are there. So according to the surface finish, we have to use those grinding paper in the grinding wheel, in the grinding machine, because of according to the surface roughness, surface smoothness, we have to select the grinding paper, correct, na? Because in market many more grinding papers are available, we have to select those according to our requirement, according to the surface smoothness, roughness. So here grinding operation is done to remove the scratches left from previous cutting operation. So friends, already we have discussed in sectioning stage, material gets cut into the small pieces. So while cutting with the help of machine, if certain corner edges are there, certain scratches are there on the surfaces of that specimen. So with the help of this grinding paper, grinding feel, grinding operation, we can remove or we can minimize the scratches, so that all surface of that specimen will be get smooth. So friends, there are two types of grinding processes are there, grinding wheels are there, or grinding papers are there. You can say that rub grinding and fine grinding. So rub grinding removes previous cutting tool marks. Correct, na? First we have to use rub grinding, then we have to use the fine grinding, because meaning is there. Means practically if we discuss, rub grinding is used to remove the rough edges, rough sketches on the surface. After that, fine grinding is used to improve the surface finish, fining. Correct, na? So rub grinding removes the previous cutting tool marks, and after that, if we use the fine grinding, it improves the surface finishing. So clear, guys? What is grinding? Grinding, it is an operation which is used to improve the surface finish of a specimen, surface finish of edges, with the help of grinding paper, with the help of grinding machine. So there are two types of grinding papers are there generally, rub grinding and fine grinding. So first use the rub grinding because it removes the previous cutting tool marks, and after that use the fine grinding. It helps to improve the finishing of the surface. Then friends, after the fine grinding, we have to use the polishing. So friends, if you say polishing is also the popular or the day-to-day life practical phenomenon or the application, because if we go in service station, in two-wheeler service station or in four-wheeler service station, after two-wheeler or four-wheeler washing, they are doing the polishing on that particular two-wheeler or four-wheeler. Correct, na? Practically also we have checked. So we can simply say that polishing, it is a such operation in which surface of our job, our two-wheeler, four-wheeler will be get scratch free, as like mirror like clean. Correct, na? So simply you can say that purpose of polishing is to get scratch free mirror like surface. We know na polish. So polishing means it is a such operation in which our surface of material job will be as like scratch free, clean, very smooth, mirror like. Correct, na? That is nothing but polishing operation. After that, guys, after the polishing, etching, it is a next operation. So friends, etching, this operation, it is actually the last operation of sample preparation, but we are going to discuss in next lecture in detail. So guys, in today's lecture we have discussed sample preparation is required for the microscopy examination means to check microstructure of the material under a microscope. Means if we have to check microstructure of the material clearly under the microscope, sample preparation is required. So sample preparation consists of series of different operations, in which first is sectioning. Sectioning means to cut the material into the small pieces. Sectioning, to cut the material into small pieces. Then mounting means hold that small material on the any particular plastic material to perform the various another operations. After that, grinding. Grind the edges of the job section so that edges of the surface will be smooth. First use the rough grinding, then use the fine grinding. Then after that, after grinding, do the polishing on the surface so that with the help of polish, your surface of the material will be as like mirror, very smooth. Correct? And after that, etching. This we have to discuss in next lecture in detail. Okay, thank you very much.